Hello and welcome to another scrapbooking process video. Today I will be documenting this photo here. It is of Thanksgiving 2014. And there I'm showing you a layout that I did for the paper issues crop. They do a fall crop every year, and that was one that I did last year. Anyways, I really wanted to use this vellum on top of this yellow leafy paper, but it says everyday moments, and this is a Thanksgiving, so that's not really an everyday moment. So I'm picking out my papers here. I want to keep them pretty traditional. I don't mind sticking to the traditional holiday colors. So I pick out that deeper orange. And then there's some blue in the photo. So I look into my September 2017 hip kit, and there's a lot of blues in there. The whole collection has a lot of goal, dreams type of feel to it. And I don't really know what to do with those things unless I'm writing in a personal private journal. So I had a really hard time working with this kit that I kind of just left it alone, and I'm just picking pieces of it to go with other kits. That red paper, I really wanted to use it, but once I put it against that leafy background, I'm thinking, no, there's just way too much of a floral pattern going on here. So then I go on into the Project Life cards, and normally I don't use Project Life cards in 12 by 12 layouts because I do Project Life. So I don't have to find ways to use them up because they're already going in the way they were designed in the pocket pages. Um, but I wanted to bring in some more color. Like I said before in my DIY fall kit that I don't have a lot of fall things left. And so I need the papers to stretch, in other words. So I bring in these cards. And I really like the November. The what I love about my home is who I share it with. And then there's that blue Project Life card. So I thought of backing it up against that lighter shade of orange, but I know that I want to use that for a cut file, so I decided not to and back it up with white cardstock instead, which works perfect because the photo collage already has white thin lines to break up the photos. So I think the white border around the photo will bring in those pictures together, not like they're going to go all over the place. At least that's the way my mind sees it if it didn't have that white border. And then I back it up to the darker shade of orange so that it can really pop out and the photo can stand out against that leafy background. So I decided to bring out my little mini ink pad and my Tim Holtz blending tool so that I can ink up the edges of my paper. And what that does, since there's papers from all sorts of different kinds of collections and designers, it's going to be repeating a technique, one technique on all the papers, so it's going to look a little bit more put together. And also it's going to make my paper stand out against this. I wouldn't say it's a busy background, but a patterned background. So yes. Then I bring in the Project Life cards and I'm just going to fiddle with them. Put that in the edge there, that striped. Bring in some color. I really wanted to use this blue card, but it's so big. Even if I were to trim it down, it's still going to look really, really big. So I don't think I end up using it. And that's why I also pulled that white card. It has the same saying, but it's smaller. So while I'm fiddling, I just wanted to tell y'all, fun fact, that photo is the only photo I have or that I took for the month of November. Yes. I don't know what happened. Was I busy at work? Did we just not do anything worth documenting? I don't know. And you know what? I didn't even have that photo printed. I actually had to go back into my Instagram and print that photo because I realized, hey, I have no photo for November. It's so funny. Anyway, so I thought about putting a white cardstock sheet, kind of a strip behind all these papers, but I ended up not doing it anyway. So, yes, I'm going to cut this paper in half because I think I need a little bit more on the other side. But first, let's ink the papers and bring in that striped other half to the other side, and I'm going to ink up that card. So the next steps I'll be doing are either repetitive or pretty, self-explanatory. You could just look and see what I'm doing. So let's chat a little bit. What's your favorite thing about Thanksgiving? Besides all of us coming together and giving thanks, as far as doing something, I really like to do a really good table spread. I'm a sucker for beautiful table spreads. I just think it's so special and very inviting for those who are coming. Wasn't that adorable? I'm so happy that I caught that filming and I'm gonna have it forever. Of course I stopped and I went to go and play with her. So cute. All right. We were talking about Thanksgiving. Yes, what's one of your favorite things to do? So if you're wondering where that card is from, the 3x4 card, it is different. The Daily Grind or Family Simple Stories collection. It's actually the Legacy collection. And I think this collection is really neat and special because we don't have a lot of companies making collections that allow you to document and scrapbook photos from loved ones who passed and are no longer with us. And so I just think it's so nice that Simple Stories made a collection for that. Alright, so I wanted to bring in this blue strip, because again, there's blue in the photo, and I tried to see where I could tuck it in here, maybe here, there, but I thought, this is another floral pattern, and now that I think about it, it would actually look kind of nice, but I didn't go with it. Here I am going through the ephemera and picking out any blue things or trying to see if there are any blue things that go. But again, this collection has a lot of wonder and dreams and goals and things like that. And so I didn't find anything. So my camera cut off and I just wanted to show you that I added some craft doilies and I distressed them with my ink blending tool and crumpled them a little bit for some texture. And then I added a scrap piece of orange scrapbook paper on the back of that white, what I love most about card. Here I'm bringing in my circle cardstock Thanksgiving stickers that came in a pack, seasonal stickers from Hobby Lobby. I kind of have trouble with circle stickers in my planner, and sometimes I feel like it gets a little too repetitive in my scrapbook layouts, like too many circles going on, unless that's going to be the element that I'm going to use. That's going to be what's standing out, my design, in other words. But if not, then I get a little, like I tighten up with too many circles. But I like how these are all the same colors, but they all have different designs on them. Like that says gobble gobble gobble, Happy Thanksgiving, and a pilgrim hat. Then I bring in a pumpkin wood veneer that's like an orangey bronze shimmer to it. And then this love wood veneer that's in a really dark brown, like a stained brown. I'm trying to use up these glue dots. Normally I would just put some Scotch glue on that wood veneer and stick it on, but my daughter, my lovely daughter, got my glue dots that are in a box, and it's in a roll in a box, and you kind of just tear it as you go. And she pulled the whole thing out. So now there's no way for me to put it back in. I tried. And so now I'm trying to use them up because they're just kind of sticking all over the place. I find little clear glue dots kind of all over the place on my desk. Bring this leaf, that shade of orange, or this shade of orange. And when I put it up against the November, that shade of orange goes really well. Thought of bringing in the green one, but it would have made my page too bulky. In the collection there was a camera, so that's the only thing that I did use from the Hip Kit September 2017 kit. That is the one thing, because the camera, you could kind of use it in any layout that you do if you wanted to. And it worked out so well because I was able to bring that green that's in that November card down to the bottom, so there's some balance there. And that worked out really well. So bringing in my embellishing, and I bring out those brown rhinestones that I had left and I wanted to use up, and I put it on top of the star that was in the camera because there was no stars in this layout. One over there, by the leaf and the other one on the top, and that is framing my photo. So there's a triangle going on there. Then I thought about bringing in these gold leaves, and I like the way it looks by the pilgrim hat. I really, really like it, but that's the only place I like it. So I thought, well, maybe I should use the red one. But I just didn't like the way the red one looked, so I figured, not use them. Bring in some craft tabs. They're very tiny. I actually really, really like these tabs. I wish I could have them in every single color. It's just so easy to add layers to your layout with tags, and these are so tiny you can just stick them anywhere. They kind of just go with anything. These clear stickers, I want to use them, but they're all words, not a lot of shapes or anything like that. So I'm going to use an acorn, put it there, and then I think, what do I use here? Give thanks. I want to use that give thanks. And I think I cut it because it's a bit too long. My layout, all the design and everything, the layering is vertically, and it would have made it go a little out horizontally. Then I bring in an orange leaf up there, and that looks nice. I'm actually getting more used to clear stickers. At the beginning, when I started this channel, clear stickers were such a challenge for me, but I'm getting more comfortable with them. So here, what am I bringing here? What is this? Oh, I bring a tiny, tiny word sticker that says Thursday, because you know, Thanksgiving falls on a Thursday over here in America. Stick it there, and then, oh, I bring in some bronze acrylic paint, and my camera again shut off on me. Oh, I was so upset. But I just added some splatters there, mixed it in with some water. Oh, I'm showing you a freeze frame of what that is. It's a rose gold. Put some on the cap, and then I dip my brush in water, and then I swirl it, kind of mix it in the cap, and just, you know, tap it like you would Heidi Shine. So then I'm going to do some journaling here, and I actually don't like the way my handwriting came out here. I'm not really sure if it's the pen. I'm not a huge fan of the Pilot pens. The G7, is it a G7? Even though that's a 0.5 pen, I don't know. It just doesn't fall well in my hand. I just don't write well with these pens, so I think I'm going to donate those. And now, what am I doing here? I guess, why did I point? I don't know. I'm going to bring in the date, because sometimes when I make these layouts, I don't put them in my albums right away, and then I have to go back and be like, what was the date? So I am reminding myself, and I've been really good at it, to put the date on there, even though it's going to go all in one album of the same year. It doesn't matter to me. I don't mind repeating the dates or the years, anything like that. Little leaf there. And that completes my layout. I know this was pretty lengthy, but it was me getting back into my crafty, you know, mood from all the traveling we did this summer. And yeah, so I'm back, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this video, and look out for more videos.